Hello. Before you master the individual sections of the digital SAT, I will go over some tips for the digital SAT, just general. So, for the way you should take the test, you should go through the test 2 times. In the first pass, you should only do the questions that you know you can get right quickly, like a minute or less. If you think that a question will take you a long time to answer, just leave it blank and just move on to the next question. If you think that you'll be able to solve it just in a longer time, then mark it for review and answer it in your second pass if you have time. But if there's a question that you think there's no way you'll ever be able to solve, just mark it. Use an educated guess. I'll describe how to do that shortly. If there's a question that you think is extremely difficult, but you think you should be able to answer it if you have time left, then just leave it blank and move on. In your second pass, first answer your marked questions with no answer, then review your marked questions with an answer, and then if you really have a lot of time, then only then you should answer the blank unanswered questions, and also review the entire test if possible. Now I'm gonna talk about guessing. So, if you see a question that you think really isn't a good use of your time, it's very difficult, then just try to use process of elimination to eliminate answer choices that are either impossible or improbable. For example, if you're asked, who is the current CEO of Microsoft? You probably don't know the answer unless you're very business savvy. But if I ask you, who is the current CEO of Microsoft with answer choices Satya Nadella, Elon Musk, Tim Cook, and Michael Jackson, you'd probably be able to rule out some answer choices. You'd say, hey, Elon Musk is the CEO of Tesla and SpaceX. I know for a fact that he's not the CEO of Microsoft. Then you would leave him and you would be like, hey, wait, Michael Jackson is a pop singer and is deceased. How could he be the current CEO of Microsoft? Then you'd only be left with Satya Nadella and Tim Cook. And even if you had no idea who these people were, you'd have a 50% chance of correctly guessing the answer, which is way better than the 1/4 probability that you started with. You'd use this process of elimination to eliminate all the answer choices that are impossible or unlikely. Something else that you could do would be having a letter of the day, meaning that on a given test day, you could have one letter, like let's say I'm feeling like C, like a lot of the answer choices are probably going to be C. Then you just select that as your default answer to any questions, and when you would have to just, guess, you just put that one down. Finally, I would recommend that you pace yourself and not focus on the amount of questions that you answer correctly, but rather not focus on the amount of questions that you answer, but the amount of questions you answer correctly. If you answer all the questions and only get half of them right, that would be way worse than if you answered 20 questions and got them all right. So make sure to prioritize correctness over the number of answers selected. And you can do this by using our strategy in our first strategy to go through the test twice. First, doing the questions that you can easily do, and only then going on to the difficult questions. And also, you should definitely try to annotate the text and mark any information that you think will be essential for answering the question. This is mostly for ELA though, but you should definitely read the question because sometimes they try to trick you. They say like the graph of f of x plus 10 is here. Then what's the y-intercept of f of x? And then you think, oh, it's 23, but really it's like 3. So just watch out for those. Finally, this kind of goes along with everything I've been saying. Just double check all of your answers and work and make sure that all of your answers are logical and appropriate. You can do this by, like in math, you can plug in for a variable, and in ELA, you can like substitute a word or just see if it fits with the theme of the text. And thank you for watching. Just stay tuned for some digital SAT rules that you must follow in order to get the best score you possibly can.